Public Square.
Off we go. It's a dial that always hits your airwaves with style. If without me, you can check your radio file because we're set to go any mile to make your time with us what the while. Our reaches as long as River Nile, and the good thing is we never go in exile. Welcome back to the show, the lovely profile. We're set to make your evening sparkle just like a white towel. It's time for Courtside. It's going to be some enjoyable ride, this one. And I will be speaking with some level of pride because I have some great guys in the studio. The regular cast plus one. And as usual, I'm sure you guys will be eager to meet them one by one right now. So let's just get that going as we have so much to share with you, including celebrating Nigeria's the Tigress as they have gotten a ticket to Tokyo 2020. We'll hear exclusively from one of their star players, Ezinne Kalu, on the show this evening. Also, we'll analyze the new the Tigress, the Tigers coach, I should say. That's the coach of the male national team, Mike Brown, and his ability to succeed at the Olympics, as well as build up to the NBA Allstar weekend, which is just a few days to go. Welcome to the show. Let's get ready to rumble. Hi, I'm Makayao. Good to see you.
Hello, good evening. It's always a pleasure to be here. Let's talk basketball, baby.
Fantastic. I like your all blue attire, by the way, and I'm sure you're on fire. You want to take us to higher realms right now. As we go on, Nisha, it's always a pleasure seeing you. And it was nice seeing you and Abby for the show or more.
Yeah, great to be here once again, Chuma, and the rest of the guys right here in the studio. Good evening, listener out there.
Fantastic. When you hear that, you know the next voice you should listen to is that of Daniel Chukwuba. What's up, man?
I'm good. Good evening, Lagos. Good evening, guys. It's always a pleasure being amongst you guys.
Fantastic. And I feel like sounding like a boxing announcer right now. I know I have to do it quickly because time is not smiling at us. But ladies and gentlemen, weighing 355 pounds. He's gone so many records in the past. The host of the movie Roadshow and the guy you guys love so much. He joins us right now. Give it up for Irabo Kosun.
Yeah. I'm so glad to be here, man. Like, thank you so much for having me.
Finally,
it feels different to being on this side of the the aisle, but definitely basketball is one of my favorite things to talk about. So let's go.
Yeah, Irabo loves basketball. He also loves wrestling. I remember years back, your picture with Randy Orton.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, that's a throwback picture if I see that now, I'm sure. Okay, guys, so let's get into it straight away. And first off for us, it's not about having to digress. It's about speaking of a team that has had cause to progress. I'm speaking about the Tigress. Yeah, they've progressed to the Olympic Games, Tokyo 2020, and we're very excited for them. And how did it happen, for those who are still wondering? Well, the last time we were on the show, we're building up to their 3 games. Those games have come and gone. The end coming through on Sunday in Serbia. And for the female national basketball team of our country, the Tigress, they lost narrowly to USA by 76 to 71 points last night. Well, even before that game against USA, they had already qualified for Tokyo 2020 after beating Mozambique by 85 to 51 points in their very first game. They went on to lose to Serbia in their next game by 70 to 64 points. But because Mozambique lost in their own second game by 124 to 49 points against world champions USA, Nigeria got that ticket we were looking for. Well, as usual, we bring to you the exclusives on this show, don't we? And we spoke to MVP in the 2019 Afro Basket Championship, Ezinne Kalu, who played her part in that success for the Tigress. And she told us how excited she and her teammates are to get to be part of the excitement in Tokyo 2020.
I'm super excited about qualifying for the Olympics. This is something huge for us. Last time Nigeria had been to the Olympics was 2004. And here we are 16 years later, and the feeling is just so surreal. My teammates and I are super excited. We're not going to take this opportunity for granted. We're going to prepare, and when it's time for us to come to Tokyo, you guys will see a different Nigeria, and I'm so excited.
Let's just take it from there. Before I ask about the excitement of qualification, what do you make of her comments, Maka? That's that for Ezinne Kalu.
Well, first and foremost, congratulations to her. She got an award for top 5 in the tournament. She balled out. Night in, night out, she balled out. From Mozambique to Serbia to USA, she balled out. And I think we could expect nothing less for, former MVP for Afro Basket. They brought a different tune, a different aura, different vibe. They were hungry, and you could see that even though they didn't win those 2 big games, I think we saw that Nigeria has very big potential to do some some damage in that Olympic tournament later on this year. So I look forward to seeing them rock out. And I love the new additions to the team. Louisville, I forget her name. Azul, help me out now.
Macaulay?
No, so she plays overseas. I think she played in the WNBA for a minute. But her and
that's
then
Macaulay.
and there's another girl. Anyways, we'll get back to the name. I'll find the name. But those two additions, they were really good to the team. Hustle plays, gave some good points and steals and defense, and I think it really helped some of the guards and the big girls inside. So it was good.
Great stuff. And Daniel is feeling himself, saying, I told you guys it was going to be one win for us and 2 defeats. But for me, looking at the defeats, Daniel, Serbia were the hosts, so apparently they had the support of their fans too. And to have lost to them very narrowly with just a 6-point disparity, and then losing with a 5-point disparity to the USA, knowing at the point we're leading by over 10 points in that game. How much of confidence and inspiration do you draw from that as to our growth at the world stage in female basketball?
It's an amazing ton of events lately, and I did predict that we couldn't beat Serbia. I didn't say it was going to be a blowout with the US. But again, if you look at the Serbian team, they were coordinated, they were precise. We had 20 turnovers. They converted those turnovers into scoring, cutting down the plays. The trap defense really worked. And again, coming back to play the US, we all came out all fiery and all, but ending up losing at the end. It still goes down to concentration when it matters. So I think they really need to work on concentration during the game, and a coach really needs to talk to the players during the halftime and during the game, especially when momentum is going down and certain players aren't really playing up to that tempo. So you have to really mix it up a little. But great performance so far. Great performance.
I disagree with that.
Okay, don't worry. You're going to have a chance to share your sentiment, even more of that. I'm also eager to get the thoughts of Irabo and Azu. But before that happens, we need to sort out this commercial break. We'll be back in a bit. We're streaming live on Facebook, guys. It's Nigeria Info FM on Facebook. You can watch us from any part of the world beyond listening to us through the radio set. I'm sure that you would like to see what Irabo looks like. For those who are having a mental picture, I'm sure you've already seen what Maka. I remember the last guy who saw it was like, oh, this Maka fine, so you can see what the other guys look like on
Can I just
Facebook.
say something in correction? Elizabeth Balongu. That's the loser.
Okay.
Yes.
Elizabeth
Balogun.
I like the way you called it Balongu. All right, guys, we're going to be back shortly after this commercial break.
Hi, my name is Adora Lanu, captain of the Nigerian national team, and you're listening to Courtside on 99.3 Nigeria Info.
Okay, so we're back on air to cause us there with our presentation. Flares here, mistakes around. We're in for you whether you're dark or fair, because having is priority for all we care. And that's what we're here to make very clear. It's Courtside on 99.3 Nigeria Info. It's an exclusive basketball show for all the people who like football. Stick around with us. We'll switch over to that side of life from sometime around 7:55 p.m. Well, building up to you on the show, we're going to talk about the NBA Allstar game. It's this weekend, guys, and one person who will be in the United States of America to watch the action is in the studio with us right now. You're going to be hearing from him in a bit.
Yes, sir.
So we try our best to ensure that everything is covered every time. But guys, just one-liners on the Tigress before we progress now. Azu and also Irabo. By the way, there's Azubike Onicha, Irabo Kosan, Daniel Chukuma, Amaka Nyao, and yours truly, Chuma Noli. Your voice can be heard on the show too through the phone lines as we go on, and you can drop your messages through Twitter at Nigeria Info FM, as well as via WhatsApp, or even on Facebook too. I'll be reading out comments from that platform as we continue streaming live. So Azu and Irabo, how excited are you? Two of our national teams are in the Olympics, baby.
Never happened for an African team.
Telling you,
that's
man.
the first time it's happening, and it's always Nigeria. Style, they've done it wonderfully well. The ladies had to go through some rigors. Did well at the World Cup. Lost to the same USA they played against yesterday. Started like they were going to be a house on fire, but there was this fear like Nigeria go hold this victory. And that was the fear I had all through 21-20 first quarter, 19-6 second quarter, and in third quarter they started dropping. But there was something they did in the third quarter that impressed me. They didn't look like they were going to go down, but like we always say, these girls have the height advantage. There's Ezinne Kalu, a lady who has won the MVP in the WNBA, where there's hardly a Nigerian female basketball player playing currently. So you must look at all these things and they count. That shows you that Otis Hughley has done a great job with that team. That's one thing I see.
Awesome.
But the down part is always the fact that we have our home-based players.
Thank you.
No, right?
Yeah, what happened to Musa?
The thing is,
that lady.
we need motivation from all angles, recruitment, equipment, whether it's foreign based, home based, anything. I mean, if you watch the game against USA or Serbia, especially USA, you see that we have heart. Anything is possible. Nigerians were the ones who beat Argentina, beat Brazil in the Olympics. You understand? I mean, we were not that experienced, but we had heart and we went through and we made it happen. Do you understand? It's still something we hold on to today. So we need extra support to go with that heart. You cannot play basketball if you don't practice. You cannot win games if you don't consistently start recruiting, overriding who is old. I mean, so we need that system in place. It would be nice to have that added thing that will push us ahead. I mean, we're holding USA up to third quarter. You must give it to Ezinne Kalu. You have to give it to them. You understand? And I'm so happy that we have the male team and the female team. And Olympics is going to be fun to watch. So we just need to just help by watching, by supporting in every way, really.
It's funny that basketball is the direct opposite of football in the country. We don't have the male and female football teams in the Olympics, but we're going to have both sexes in the Olympics in basketball, which is great. Now we can switch over to the male team. By the way, if you're listening to us and you want to contribute, please let us know how excited you were when you heard our female basketball team have qualified for the Olympic Games. And what do you think can be done to ensure that they stand a chance to win a medal there? I tweeted and said if we have a bit more improvement, this team can get to the semi-finals. And I think even if nobody else in this studio agrees with me, Amaka would, because I saw her message on our WhatsApp platform. So let's go to the guys now. And in their own case, join, man. For the guys now, that's the Tigers. They have a new coach. It's part of the plan to ensure that in 6 months' time we get it right. And this new coach is one who's worked with the Golden State Warriors in the past. He's currently, of course, assistant coach at the Golden State Warriors. He's also worked with the LA Lakers and Cleveland Cavaliers. He's Mike Brown. The unveiling took place last week after we were done with Courtside on Monday. That was on Wednesday afternoon. And here's the president of the Nigeria Basketball Federation, Musa Kida, speaking of the qualities of Mike Brown and why they went for him.
Coach Mike Brown is an intimidating, I would say, has intimidating CV in terms of coaching basketball in the world. He also has, to his credit, the stints he has had with basketball without borders. So he's very conversant with things that go on in Africa.
You don't want to know what myself and the guys were talking about when that was playing. But it had to do with this, though. I'm not going to have the chance to ask everybody in the studio about their thoughts for want of time, but I'll do this. I'll focus on the guys on this issue. No sexism, by the way. Daniel and Irabo, on this very issue. 6 months to the Olympic Games. We had Alex Nwora take this team to qualify. Now he has to be assistant to Mike Brown. The talk is Brown is coming with so much experience to galvanize our boys in time for the Olympics. Is it too little, too late, or step in the right direction? What do you guys think?
None of the above.
That's option C.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah, because
I agree.
How much is he being paid?
First of all,
Second of all, why
We
do we
don't
have
know.
him coming now when we had a coach, a Nigerian coach,
who actually took us there?
took us there?
Well, it's more like you want to go to a higher pedestal now.
Higher
now.
pedestal.
That money can be used for something better.
And
Use for players, though.
this is
Use
the same,
it to go
this
and
is the
buy
same
players.
federation that said they didn't have money. This is the same federation that were crying that they don't have money.
So
And now we're hiring a foreign coach. Last I checked, he was earning close to or more than
5
20
million a year.
Yeah.
the guy gets
Dollars,
fired
though.
and gets paid getting fired. All respect to.
But how
Mike
about
Brown,
that talk
though.
of it's 6 months to the Olympics?
No, it's
He
not
can
enough.
have a
No,
huge
no,
impact.
It is not enough. It is not enough because you have guys who practice for the Olympics. In fact, they already practiced for the next one before this one has even begun. Do you understand? It is that serious. You have to be meticulous. It's Olympics. Everybody is there. Nobody's sleeping. So you have to come correct. You cannot say 6 months to the games, you now want to start bringing a new coach. I don't have anything against Mike Brown. He's a champion, everything. The guy's resume is stellar. All that.
True.
But you're bringing him into a system. It's just like bringing somebody new system.
There's no system. There's no system.
Come on, guys. Come on.
No, for real.
we have to be
let's tell
honest.
ourselves the truth.
It's painful because we have talent.
I don't understand. Okay, the money they're using to bring this guy, if they channel those funds into actually developing the league, the players, would we need a foreign coach? Is Mike not good enough a coach?
But this talk of foreign
Alex.
coach is not just a
Sorry.
basketball team thing, is it? There's
it's
even
sad. That's the
football too. We
problem.
talk about
See,
the
that's
fact
the
that
problem.
foreign coaches are more technically sound for now.
It's not
For
a
now,
question
than what
of
we may
technically
have here.
sound. It is very simple. We don't have a system. We always put the
you,
cart
Daniel,
in
thank
front
you.
of the horse.
Thank
Okay.
you.
Chuma,
It's not about technical prowess. It's
Yeah.
about the system. You have a system in place. You see some teams, they don't really have star players, but they're making things happen.
Chuma, we've not recovered from those tweets. Those are the last things we heard before the World Cup. Those same players. Chimezie Metu came in from the NBA. Josh Okogie is going to be on the Allstar games, doing one of the challenges. These are guys we watched out go on Twitter and say some stuff about. They were very polite. They were patriotic, but they went to say their minds. All of a sudden, you have I think it's a huge disrespect to Alex Nwora. That's the coach of the team that took them to 7th. Took them to every tournament and we qualified with ease. Went to the World Cup, beat everybody after getting knocked out of the group stages. And we couldn't hear one single news that there are rumors that Mike Brown will be the next coach. Yeah, fantastic deal. They say they'll be using the US, the Golden State Warriors training ground before the Olympics. All of those things are what we want to see. But what happened all the while? When Will Voice came in, that's the man who won the Afrobasket the first time. It was Ayo Bakari. He left willingly. Will Voice took over 6 weeks into the tournament and went on to win the Afrobasket. That's a process. You don't come in with a coach and just bring in. I like the fact that it's Mike Brown.
I mean, how is the locker room? How is the locker room going to be? Knowing that you were head coach.
And let me tell you something. They're talking 5 million or so. The assistant coach. They also brought another person from Cleveland Cavaliers, who's the assistant coach too. The coach of Cleveland Cavaliers. That's how much altogether. I know Alex is not even going to collect as much as the assistant guy who's coming in. That's how much the NBF have put.
Okay, guys, I'm going to do this. So we're going to the phone line straight away to get the thoughts of the listener on this issue. Majority of the guys in the studio right now are saying it's perhaps too little, too late, and also trying to take the lean resources that we have instead of investing it into making the players happy in time for the Olympics, to put it into bringing a foreign coach to handle the team with just over 5 months to Tokyo 2020. So they don't buy into it. But do you buy into it yourself too? The whole dream and desire, I'm sure, from the perspective of the NBBF is let's get to the Olympics and not just get knocked out in the group stages. Let's have a better performance. And this man with all of his experience can help us achieve that feat. How about the Tigress? What do you make of their qualification for the Olympic Games? We'll get your thoughts right now. And then moving ahead on the show, we'll focus on the NBA All-Star Weekend. It's going to be massive on that one. as usual, in the United States of America. Here are the numbers you can dial to join Courtside this evening.
Call us on 01-277-0993, 01-277-1993, 01-277-2993, and 01-277-3993. This is Nigeria Info. We are listening.
Hello, good evening.
Good evening.
Hi, you're live on Courtside. Welcome.
Yes.
Your
Speak
line
up,
is not
please.
too friendly.
Hello.
Call us again if you can, please. That line is not the best connection in the
Hello,
world.
good
Hi, good
evening.
evening. Hello.
Hello.
Allah.
This is highly spiritual, huh? Like Whiskey would love to say. You're live on Courtside. Welcome. Are you there?
Hello.
Thank you for joining us.
Hello.
Hello, good evening.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Yeah, this is Friday from the Wellery.
Nice.
You're welcome, Friday.
Yeah, I'm going back for Nigeria basketball. I just pray now that the football team, both Jimmy and the player, are not going to be in the Olympics. Please, can we beg the NFA if they can release half of the money that they're supposed to spend on the football team? Let us give. See, these people are representing Nigeria. They are not just representing the basket federation alone. They are representing Nigeria.
Yeah.
Let us do anything possible to make sure that they move a step forward. Because yesterday when they were leading against the US, I heard this for Nigeria before you people went on break. I was very happy, but losing by just a little, it shows that the team has really improved.
All right.
Let's get the government to do something about this thing. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Friday. More calls now. Thank you, Marka. Hello, good evening. Are you there? Good evening. All right, I'm going to run away from line one. Looks like it's a terrible day for some of these lines. Hi, you're live on radio.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Femi the Response.
Great.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
See my problem with the lines. There's also Twitter, by the way, guys, WhatsApp and Facebook. Good evening.
Good evening.
Yes, sir.
This is Wale on the line from Tabo.
Welcome, Wale.
Please, I think I don't really like the appointment of that new.
Why? With all the
Yes,
experience he brings in.
Yes, they just like respect the other man that has been working. But that is not the first time that will happen. It happened with football. If you could remember, this man that qualified Nigeria for 2012.
Shoaibu Amadu twice.
Yes, they didn't give him the job. They gave the job to another person. So I don't know why such thing should be happening. Another person will work hard. You now give that grace to another.
Monkey they walk, baboon they
Someone
jump.
that it's unfair.
Okay. So you don't buy into race. Thank you so much, Wale. Thanks for sharing your honest opinion on that issue. Good evening.
Hello, good evening, guys.
Yes, sir.
Good
Thanks for
evening.
joining us on Courtside.
Yeah, I want to contribute. I would say that it's very exciting having our male and female basket team go to the Olympics. They have been very, very great, and I think we shouldn't be too hard on the Nigerian basket association for bringing in a superb coach, a coach that knows his onions, and I think in the long run it's going to better our basketball team during the Olympics. I think the coach wouldn't be too starved, knowing that the person that is actually coming in is coming in with an impetus, coming in with knowledge, coming in with experience, and if he's actually co-opted directly into the team, shouldn't be any misgiving between Alex and Brown coming in. I think they work as a team, and that would be to the betterment of the Nigerian team in the overall goal. I think we are going to achieve a very, very good feat at the end of the day.
In basketball in our country. Thank you so much. So he buys into the new coach. For want of time, we'll take one more call and then take messages from WhatsApp. Hello, welcome.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Hello.
Good evening to you.
Good evening.
Welcome.
Thank God it was my call. Oh. Azu,
Good evening to
what's
you, bro.
going on now? Team
Hi.
LeBron, have you?
Not at all.
No, I know. I just had to put that in.
Nice one.
Let's get into it, man.
Bro, see, it's about results. My name is Femi though.
Okay.
Yeah, it's about results. I think we want results. And the best way to get, let's forget about this. The system is already mad on its own. So we need something that is going to, put these guys in the right perspective. We need that wealth of knowledge.
Okay.
And I think the Mike is going to bring that to the court.
Yeah.
I think. But I want to say my wish came through, Baba.
What was that wish?
I said I wish the Nigerian team can just qualify. You know.
Yeah.
And we did. Yeah.
We're as happy as you are. Thank you so much, man, for calling in. Maka is going to be checking out your messages on Facebook. And while she's doing that, I'll read out the ones that have come through WhatsApp. Good evening to everyone in the studio. I'm Sherry from Aja. I'm looking at the Tigress at the semi-final stage of the Olympics. Okay, man. Thank you for that, Owen.
I love it.
We'll take you someone that says, good evening to everyone in the studio. Okay, I think that's a repetitive comment. Now I can move on to this one. Good evening, guys. Congratulations to the female basketball team. There's no name attached to your message, but I think if I go back to older messages, I can see a name there, which is Timothy. Thank you for that one, Timothy. That idea might be a gamble. Will that not destroy the team's chemistry? This is from Mike Oladile. I'm sure he's speaking about bringing in a new coach just 5.5 months or 6 months to the Olympic Games. Maka, over to you.
There's just hello, guys, evening.
Fantastic. That's from Unam Kingsley, by the way. Good to hear from you, Unam, from Facebook. And so we get ready to move on to the All-Star side of life, the action for this weekend. Maka wants to have her say just a bit of that on this whole debacle around having Mike Brown as the new coach of the Tigers before the Olympics.
I would just say, for me, I would put the word that's most appropriate is misplaced priorities.
God bless you.
I'm not opposed to Mike Brown. Look at his record. He's amazing, right? He's coached the greatest, Kobe himself, LeBron, all of them, right? But you got to get your house in order first. And I would have liked them to use that money to get some top guys in the NBA that are Nigerian first, then go and get a great coach. But I don't know, maybe their thinking is if they get this big coach, maybe some other players would like to come on board. But you had some great players already on board and they had a lot of complaining to do. So I think the thing you should have did first was get your house in order, talk to these players, and then go for the coach. That's what I would have did.
All right. Other priorities now, that list is more like make money, then look for a wife, then rent a house. Or make money, rent a house, then look for a wife.
Now look for money.
And look for house after.
And now get married.
Okay, if there's any part of the world where things are done in the right order more often than not, it is the United States of America. And in fact, they've come out with a list of players that should prosecute the action for them in the Olympic Games. I'm sure they're going to trim down that list in the coming weeks and months. But for now, this is the news that LeBron James is among 44 players announced by the USA Basketball Federation today as finalists for the team that will play in Tokyo 2020 Olympic Games. James featured for USA in 2004, 2008 and 2012, helping them to win gold in those competitions, more so in 2008 and 2012, the last two most recent appearances for him. The pool includes 19 players who have won a total of 31 gold medals in either Olympic or World Cup competitions for the Americans. So it's a star-studded team. This one for Team USA.
All-star.
Okay, All-Stars for that team. Thank you. And on that note, we can go on to the All-Stars in the NBA.
2019 All-Star, make some noise!
Now let's meet tonight's All-Stars, beginning with Team Giannis. One of the most prolific scorers in NBA history. A league MVP, a finals MVP, an NBA champion, and a 14-time All-Star from the Dallas Mavericks, Dirk Nowitzki. A 3-time All-Star from the Milwaukee Bucks, the Greek Freak, Giannis Antetokounmpo. Now let's meet Team LeBron. MVP, Finals MVP, a 3-time NBA champion, and one of the greatest players in the history of the Miami Heat, a 13-time All-Star. Here's Dwayne Wade. And now the starters for Team LeBron. The reigning Kia MVP Most Valuable Player, a 7-time All-Star, and one of the hottest scoring streaks in league history. From the Houston Rockets, James Harden.
I just like putting this through so we have an idea of what the feeling is like when the All-Star weekend comes around in the NBA. This was for 2019. It'll be mega for Vision 2020 in court. And right now, I feel like just moving to where Daniel is seated. I'm not seated close to the man who you're going to be hearing from in a bit. And then looking for where he kept his house key so I can go and steal his visa and steal his flight tickets and go to the USA on his behalf to watch the All-Star game for February 16. Irabor Kosin is going to be there to cover the action this weekend. And just before the other members of this great gang speak, Marka should have been there too, but she decided to shift her own travel till later. But before they speak, Irabor, how excited are you knowing that you're going to be right there watching the NBA All-Star game for 2020?
It's a dream come true, really. Any basketball head would love to go to the NBA All-Star game or experience All-Star weekend in its entirety, or actually go to the NBA Finals or watch some form of playoffs between Kobe and MJ. And I mean, like, it's a dream come true. Actually, I'm still here, still thinking, oh, is it possible? You know, am I still going? You understand?
I'm excited on your behalf.
I mean, I'm excited on so many people's behalf. Like, I told my group of guys, like, guy, I'm going. Like, yes, you know, you understand. So I'm so excited, and I look forward to seeing it like firsthand. You know, seeing all the dunks, the 3-point contest, skills challenge, you know, rookie challenge, you know, All-Star game and everything. I'm looking forward to actually interviewing Nigerian guys, those guys that we've let slip away, Bam Adebayos and co. You know, people who are doing great things.
They're not gone yet.
Yeah, they are gone. Victor Oladipo and co. You know, so I mean, I really look forward to the trip. I would definitely be passing on information from over there to the studio and everything. So I mean, I just really look forward to soaking it up.
Fantastic. And Marka, you've been in the USA in the past when we have the All-Star game. What's the feeling always like? Because you know when you have the Super Bowl and the excitement around the Super Bowl, we just had that some days ago or a week ago, didn't we? When it's the All-Star weekend, you don't have to be in the city where it's happening. What's always the feeling like across the United States?
I mean, it's almost like the Super Bowl. It's a party. It's a celebration. Everyone gathers around the games and the challenges. You have food, you drink, you have a good time. You support the teams and the players that you like, and you just have a good time. So you don't even have to be in the city. You can be. You don't even have to be at the game. As long as you're even in the city or in a big city that's really big on that, you'll have a great time.
Fantastic. Now, to those of us who watch from here, for now, we'll soon travel. Next year, watch out for myself, Daniel and Azu, by the way. Guys, have you changed your minds on who you think will win this? For the sake of the Leafs nights, as usual, Team LeBron against Team Giannis, just like we had last year. And Team LeBron won last year. As at this time last week, Daniel had the temerity to say it was going to be Team LeBron winning again. But I'm sure he may have had a vision last night that has changed his mind.
Team LeBron all the way.
Yeah, you get mine, Charles.
I get mine.
For the sake of the Nigerian connection with Giannis Antetokounmpo, I'm supporting him. I'm a huge fan of LeBron James, though, but I beg speak on his behalf. Thank you.
I don't hate LeBron James, but never been a fan. Maybe because of the style of play I've always seen him with that aggressiveness from childhood. I'm like, this guy too hard. And I love Kobe's style of basketball. And just on the lighter note before I move on, so I don't forget. Irabor, there's a diplomatic bag you're going to be using.
Yeah,
I go there
for sure.
So looking forward to a great guy. Jimmy Butler is actually headlining from the bench. That's one man that's done greatly well. But the biggest in recent weeks has to be Damian Lillard.
Yes.
I don't know where that guy has seen his form. I don't know which Baba he came to see in Nigeria. Belkuta to be precise. But he's playing some very wonderful basketball. He was really angry with the referee some 2 games ago. Yeah. And that's the vibe he wants to take into the All-Stars. From that day, he scored 61 points against the Golden State Warriors. Yeah. It's been Damian Lillard all the way. And these are the guys we want to see. Bam Adebayo, one of the best centers currently in the NBA. If not because he's just in the second season or so. This man might just have made it to the first. And that's how good he is currently. And we'll have Domantas Sabonis. That's the man who has helped the Indiana Pacers since and Victor Oladipo got injured.
Definitely.
Lovely names all through. Nikola Jokic is also making the headlines. Rudy Gobert, the man who has won the defensive player twice back-to-back, is making it for the first time. My man, Brandon Ingram, is also going to be here. I've loved him from the days of the LA Lakers. I love the way he plays basketball. And these are guys that you can't just stop watching. Look at names we're mentioning. Make a note of go where my mind carry.
I don't think Brandon Ingram deserves that All-Star.
I think it does. It does 100%.
Bradley Beal is there.
Give it to Brandon Ingram.
You know, I mean, you have other people. Although that's in the East. This guy, Devin Booker, you know, people. Not
The
Brandon Ingram.
New Orleans
nah.
Pelicans survived without
I mean,
Dan Williamson, the man who has made the headlines as a rookie.
Ingram didn't do anything. Now let's be honest.
Man,
But no
Ingram
Alasha.
did as much as you can imagine.
So we're going to do this for Team LeBron because of the love that Daniel has. He will take us through the starters, and then Marka will take us through the starters for Team Giannis. You get that in a bit, Marka. So for Team LeBron, just below what you have, Daniel.
LeBron James, Anthony Davis, Kawhi Leonard, Luka Doncic, James Harden, and reserve Damian Lillard, Ben Simmons, Nikola Jokic, Jason Tantrum, Chris Paul, Russell Westbrook, and Donato Sabroson.
Thank you so much, sir. Felt like you were trying to throw tantrums when you called that name tantrum somewhere around. But for Team Giannis now.
Giannis, that is a Kumba. Okay.
yeah. You were trying to sound like the MC there.
Joey Beam, Pascal Siakam, Kemba Walker, Trey Young, Chris Middleton, Bam Adebayo, Rudy Gobert, Kyle Lowry, Brandon Ingram, and Donovan Mitchell.
Fantastic. Thank you so much for that. So those are the guys who are going to be on court, and one of my favorite parts of the All-Star weekend is
the latter wins. The latter wins.
It's
right?
the 3-point contest. No, it's the dunk contest, something like that. That's the one
yeah,
where they do all of the theatrics and everything, just trying to dunk.
Zach Lavine.
That's what I love, man.
Those are names we've seen in the past.
That's what I love. It's a shame that time has run away from us. So we need to get ready to pack our bags out of here. Man Latham is getting ready to wow you guys with scintillating footballing action, drama, and excitement alongside other sports here on Game On after we leave here. But it's really nice to be doing this, and it's nice to have all of these great people around me. And one of these days we just have to hang out when we leave the studio, but maybe not today because of traffic. However, Irabo, final words for you on the show today. Just before you head out for the
I just want to
USA.
shout out to Mr. Femi, Serge. Putting me in positions to actually be able to get stuff like this. You understand? People who really put the fire under you to make things happen. So really, I really appreciate the opportunity. Thank you to you guys, Chuma Maka, Azu, Daniel.
Yeah, shout out to Iman Layton, by the way.
Yeah, Iman Layton, everybody. I mean, really, I know where, when we started. You understand? Chuma Isabi. She understand. So, I mean, it don't take. She understand. So, really, I don't take this for granted at all. I pray that this would be doors to many more things. I wish we were all going together, but definitely I know next year it's going to be more than one person.
More guys, By the way, we'll miss you, but there's still going to be so much excitement on his regular show, the Movie Road Show on Saturday night from 9 p.m. So tune in for that one to enjoy everything Nollywood. Last Saturday he had Beverly Naya in the building, man. She fresh. Beverly, shout out to you, fresh. Smooth. Like I would love to say. Maka is smooth. Smooth. I have to stretch that. So last words from you guys for the show. We're going to be back next Monday.
Looking forward to this All-Star game and the developments with both our local teams. It'll be good in the upcoming weeks.
Daniel?
Oh, the energy and resourcefulness that they used to bring Mike Brown, we hope that is channeled towards our local league.
I like that. Okay, for me, I'm looking forward to Dwight Howard. That's a man who's most likely going to be participating in the slam dunk contest after a long time.
Why is he participating? Didn't he come back from back injury?
Yeah, that's the way.
Win a ring and leave all the slam dunk.
Back. I want to see Victor Oladipo also sing for us again. That's a man who has a wonderful voice. Not going to be doing anything at the All-Stars. Was there last year, but injuries stopped him. Look, last 2 years, got injured before the All-Star games last year. And that's beauty for me already. Like this young man said, Daniel, we need to up our games as far as basketball is concerned. We need to start seeing our local-based players. And we hope it's going to happen very soon.
Fantastic. We need to leave here right now, guys. Stick around with 99.3 Nigeria Info for more excitement after this commercial break. My name is Chuma Nnoli, and we'll do this again in 7 days' time. That's the exclusive basketball show, Courtside. We have more to come from the world of sports in a bit. Don't touch your dial. Iman Latham will return in style.